tag team is a two-player auto battler where you have two different characters with a bunch of different unique ability cards. You start off with two, a starting card for each of your characters. You put them in any order. You're resolving against your opponent. Once your deck is run out, which starts with two cards, you draw three and you can put that extra card anywhere in the deck without changing the order of the existing cards. And then we do another round where we're revealing cards one at a time as we try to sort of KO our opponent with various attacks and ways to combo and use energy for different things. And both our characters have sort of unique elements. That's the game. More important than the game is the guest. I'm here with Dean. Dean, how are you going today?
I'm doing well, dude. It's so good to meet. Like, this is the second time I think we've actually properly met. We had a little bit of an interaction at PAX and thought, yeah, I like him. I think I'll jump and come on your show and have a chat.
We're picking our order of our first cards. I'm going to do that order. You've got a history with Prospect 2 is, the technical director of the show. You were both involved in Couch Warriors.
Yes.
As we start revealing, can you tell me about that and where that sort of led you since?
So I basically started as volunteering at Couch Warriors, doing fighting game events and games and tournaments. So I started at the bottom as a tournament organizer, and then around the same time, around 2017, was when I really wanted to point my trajectory into event management. Was around about the time I took on the secretary role as Couch Warriors and did a lot of the boring meeting stuff, so that way everyone else can go out and have fun. But I've been doing that, and I think, gosh, how long did that last for? I think it was 2 BAMs ago, BAM being Battle Arena Melbourne, one of the biggest fighting game tournaments here in Australia. And for the last couple of years or so, nearly 3 years now, I've been working with Ukio in Brunswick, the escape room company.
So you're talking about working in sort of unique escape room type situation?
So I work at Ukio. They're in Brunswick, and they're known for doing escape rooms, but not escape rooms you escape from, but rooms you escape into. They're narrative based. So you get in costumes and you talk to a character and you go on a story. So there's no win or lose like you would in a traditional escape room. It's just you going on a journey and really caring about the characters and the stories and the people you do that with too. All right, let's see what the first card
let's
is.
see.
Not about me. I'm going to give you my Sword of St. Michael.
Okay, so you're going to attack me, and you're dealing 1 damage to Tim, and you're well, we're doing this at the same time, so you will still be able to heal because I'm going to so that goes back. So I'm going to attack you for 1, which you'll then heal. So it works out. Yeah. So that is there because we're doing it at the same time.
Oh, gotcha. So everything resolves at the same time. Oh, beautiful. Alrighty. Yep,
and then I've cunningly put a block against your thing that does not attack me, so I'm not successful in my block.
Beautiful.
You get yourself another one. So you talked about sort of enjoying the experience of playing with others and learning from others. What have you learned running some of these these narrative escape room games? How have you, obviously because you've a huge amount of people you'd be playing with.
100%, yeah.
What's that experience been like?
I realized very early on that I can't treat the players like they are the 10,000th group I've had. They have to be the first every time because it's their first time coming in. Because it'll be a very different experience if I'm just treating them as if it's just another day. Where I'm just like, all right, go on in, did you have fun? Great. Not even listening to whether they responded or not. But if I'm also excited with them and they're excited, I match that energy. So I think it's always really important to me to always be there with the group. Like I'm holding on to the secrets of like, yeah, I really like this place and I hope you really like it too. But they have to be there for their first time experiencing it and then catering to that experience. And I think that's really, really special, especially in a narrative game sense, but also in an empathetic sense, because it's a very empathetic story. So I always like how there's often, especially with younger audiences too, where there's that potential to introduce empathetic skills while playing the game. I think that's really cool.
What surprised you most about the sort of the way different people approach a narrative sort of adventure or story, or like narrative puzzle. Like, what's something that you like, before you started, you didn't expect to sort of learn or see?
I was never really surprised by, I wouldn't say I was surprised by a group's interaction, but I think all of the hosts at Ukiyo really love when a group gets invested in the story and they don't treat it like it's a puzzle to be solved. So I was very fortunate enough to run into a pair of players that came and did the room when I first started doing it, and they were so lovely. They were there for their wedding anniversary, so they did one game and then had a little bit of time to get some, it was like a sushi train but for cheese, so I'm like, I need to find out where that is, and go and do that too. And then they came back and did part 2. But what I loved is that there's certain ways that the game usually is meant to go. So this puzzle is usually solved this way, this puzzle is usually solved this way, but it's really cool to watch players come at it from an emotional and empathetic standpoint where it's like, what do they need? And it's cool to go into a room where it's not, you are the hero, you are the most empowering thing in this world, and it's usually either crime of like, go do crime, or it's either horror, get out, you're super important. In The Crumbling Prince, you're going in there to help someone that is not yourselves. And I think that's really special. And getting to see them at PAX, this lovely group, Freya and Brent, hi. They were surprised at how much I remembered. I'm thinking, no, well, it was a memorable game and it was easily my favorite game because you cared. There are groups that will just play it and go through the puzzles and then that'll be it. But then when players actually commit to the story, oh, it's wonderful. Because you care about these characters too.
So you've done that. You talked about wanting to do more sort of event management, and you've done that with through Couch Warriors, and you've done obviously your PAX recently. Yeah. What other sort of spheres in gaming and events would you be interested in maybe touching on in the future?
I love games. Like truly, at the moment, I really enjoy this. I really enjoy offline games right now. I've been getting really into this different Magic the Gathering variant called Dan Dan, based on. Have you heard? I probably talked your ear about this off.
No.
PAX,
well,
right?
I just know it's been around for a while now.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yep. So there was a format that Nick Floyd created back in like '96, where he realized that he was there. He had to go cross state for some event, and realized he didn't have enough cards to build 2 decks for him and his family. So they built just one big deck that they draw from. And then he had a lot of Homelands cards and a lot of Dan Dan as well. And one of the Homelands cards was Memory Lapse, where it's just like, stop what spell you're doing and then put it on the top of the owner's deck. But then he realized, wait, we share a deck. Oh, and then this little mini game spawned out of it too. And that's been a lot of fun to just put in front of people that play Magic the Gathering, and I just go, I do what this wonderful video essayist recommends, just like, don't tell them how it's played, just show them. And they feel really, really smart, and you get really proud of them for that.
Well, we haven't managed to play a huge amount of Tekken. We're enough to sort of show off the game of how you are you're sort of changing the dynamic of the order of your cards to try and counter your opponent, and they're doing the same thing, which we see sort of with the sometimes successful, sometimes not successful blocks.
Yes.
But more importantly, it's been nice, Dean, talking to you about sort of looking at gaming in sort of a different way.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And for the record, you did beat me in the warm-up game. So, and you didn't let me win either.
No, I didn't.